Okay, first off, that effect crap was the weirdest thing. It took me like 5 minutes to figure out how to record a video. Oh god, that hurt. I just took a deep breath. Oh, that really hurt. So, I probably should have went to the hospital like 10 times over the last 14 or so days. What, today's Thursday? It's probably been longer. But, the autonomic storms came back. They came back on Monday with vengeance. Not as high as 106. I have not broken that record yet. I did have 2 autonomic storm episodes on Monday because apparently one wasn't enough. And a small one yesterday. I drew all 14 vials, 14 or 15, of my inflammatory labs yesterday. And it turns out, I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, whether the autonomic storms or the cytokine storms came first. So the good news is I'm not currently in a cytokine storm. My ferritin was normal, my LDH was slightly elevated, which it's always been, but my CRP is 131. I should be in the hospital. My SED rate is 92, sorry. Breaking records over here. The good news is my CPK is normal, so it's not muscle breakdown. My liver function's still elevated, but my ALP is back normal, so alkaline phosphate, so they're slightly improving. Bilirubin's still good, all that stuff. So this looks, and now I'm anemic. Could be the 15 vials of blood, because lavender tubes are towards the end. I'm just saying. But it looks like it's inflammatory anemia. So my immune system and my autonomic nervous system are taking turns on trying to kill me. That is the current news. And if you know about my steroid-induced adrenal insufficiency, for 2 years I have avoided steroids like the plague. But she's back on steroids, 50 milligrams today, and thank fucking God, because yesterday I developed pleuritis pleurisy. It hurts to talk, it hurts to breathe, it hurts to move. My whole body was hurting before the prednisone. Between a little bit of ibuprofen and prednisone, that is now better. Because that was actually going to be what drove me to the ER, just because I couldn't fucking breathe. I was actually starting to drop my pulse ox, which, it wasn't horrible. It was only like 9, I think my lowest was like 93, but that's low for me, even with my asthma. So, highest fever was Monday, 104.7. Again, didn't reach 106 again, and this time, the topanic was lower than my body temperature, so it's definitely systemic inflammation this time, not just brain inflammation. Conch and I are talking about the possibility of either just neuroinflammation in general being part of this, or like some type of autoimmune encephalitis. The good news is the treatment is the same shit I'm on for the inflammatory small fiber neuropathy. Sorry, the shortness of breath. It's not even. Anyways, it's more the tightness. So, what was I saying? We're starting to talk about possible that this past COVID possibly caused an autoimmune encephalitis or an autoinflammatory encephalitis. Or it could be related to my systemic inflammation. Whatever. That involves a lumbar puncture, which I'm really trying to avoid because I had a leak after my epidurals and spinals when I gave birth, so I really don't want to experience it again. And where we're pretty sure I have HEDS, I'm at higher risk. Fudge. Sorry, the shortness of breath. We're still waiting on the cytokine panel, but the good news is yesterday labs, I'm not currently in acute cytokine storm, so, which is another, on top of the autonomic storms that are life-threatening, cytokine release syndrome or cytokine storms would have been life-threatening too. Nurses can be quite stubborn about going to the ER, just saying. But I'm hoping this is almost over. My body really can't take anymore. All the meds are in that I have to take to the hospital because they don't have them because some of my meds are specialty meds. Actually, a lot of my meds are specialty meds. Are all in the bureau in plastic bags just to get thrown into a hospital bag because what happened Monday before the second episode. But the second episode, I just wanted to sleep so bad. No matter how comfortable it was, I did not want to go to the ER at like 10, 11 o'clock, at 12 o'clock at night. But the daytime one, what took us so long and it started to break was the fact that we had to repack the hospital bags because I hadn't had an episode in 5 days, so I thought this was, I thought I was recovering. And then I had like a really horrible episode. The pain is so horrible. My whole body locks up. It's the worst thing, honestly. It is the worst thing to experience. I was trying to, compare it to adrenal crisis. But at least adrenal crisis, I was mostly unconscious. I was passing out sitting up, so that was scary, but not painful. This is painful. So I'm on 50 milligrams of prednisone. We are hoping, I think my rheumatologist might be, a little too in front of it hopeful, because technically I'm in a severe inflammatory bout, which is usually 5 to 7 days of steroids, and then go from there. But he's hoping that I can get off them in 5 days so I don't have to worry about triggering the adrenal insufficiency or doing a taper. I guess we'll see. I'm waiting to hear back when he wants me to draw labs again. I don't know that that's going to help my anemia, because anybody knows about rheumatology labs, they are always 10 to 14 miles. I did find a place that will allow me, because LabCorp and Quest do not do the cytokine panel up this way. So that was actually the trigger for yesterday's episode. Wednesday's episode was because of me and my husband. My husband was running over Kingdom Creation for me, since I'm homebound and bedbound, trying to find somebody to take these labs for me so I didn't have to leave the house and possibly end up in the hospital, because that's what we're trying to prevent. So finally we found one. We found a Mass General. I'll say this right now, the Mass General Salem site has always been awful for blood. They can't do anything. They have to freeze, and they will not take anything you draw yourself, which doesn't make sense. They're literally just running it. They can sign it in as a VNA drop-off, even because I'm a nurse. You know what I mean? All they have to do is put my name as drawer or my initials. Usually it's just initials. So I did find an MGAB satellite office that lets me drop off. Well, lets my husband drop off for me. So that was good. So now I don't need to worry about when I have to get autoinflammatory labs or inflammatory labs, because I have someplace I can drop them off. The cytokine panel, aldolase, and immunoglobulin D is still pending. I told you about the inflammatory anemia. I've never been anemic. I'm usually more the other side because of my inflammation. I'm usually high platelets, not necessarily hemochromatosis, but like my daughter, but closest. I'm usually mid to high, and no, I dropped a couple points and everything. So my blood cells are normal. No signs and symptoms of really infection in there. More inflammatory. And if this was my port, taking steroids would have solidified that it was my port. The thing is these are neurogenic fevers. They are not reacting to antipyretics. They are not responding to normal, temperature relief methods. And the only thing that helps is autonomic meds. So, and in the off times, I'm totally normal temp. So that wouldn't be happening with infection or sepsis. So yeah, this is fun.